destruction. It's like kind of Space Jam-ish. The only way to avoid destruction is bring us to your greatest earthling athlete. He's going, or she is going to compete in a series of athletic competitions against our greatest Martian athlete. So we would immediately have questions, right? Like, wait, what kind of athletic competition are we talking about here? And the Martian said, never mind that. It's going to be a series of athletic competitions. You know what we're talking about, athletic competitions. We would take them directly to Odell Beckham Jr., who not only can do all those things you see on the football field, run fast, jump high, great hands, the whole thing. I saw him at Yankee Stadium taking batting practice. One swing after another, the ball was going over the fence. He was the best quarterback on the Giants last year. Odell. By the way, I have heard, and I can't verify this, that he can throw a spiral 50 yards with his left hand. He's right-handed. He can dunk a basketball. I bet you could play some defense in the NBA at least. This dude, when we say athlete, the same way it was BS when people used to say Tiger Woods is the greatest athlete in the world.
Oh, I'm glad you're going to say that.
Because they equalize, they just say if you can play any sport and you're great at it, then you're the no. When we say athlete, we all know what we mean by athletic competition. Odell is the best athlete on the planet Earth.
First of all, he's not the best football player. He's not a better football player than Aaron Rodgers. Let's throw that out there. Athletically, he's not a better athlete than LeBron James. By the way, I'll throw Russell Westbrook into that mix as well. He ain't a better athlete than Russell Westbrook. And since you want to talk about how he can catch and how he can run, how about how Steph Curry could shoot? And oh, by the way, he's an elite golfer too. So let's throw that in there since you want to talk.
Count.
Oh, really? So now it doesn't count. So now it doesn't count. No, now it doesn't count. No. It doesn't count that Odell Beckham Jr. can throw a spiral 50 yards.
Football counts.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Not to me. I'm sorry, please. You don't even know what you're talking about. It's ridiculous. The greatest athlete ever? I mean, are you kidding me? That is absolutely, utterly asinine. I just gave you a couple of names just off the top of my head, not even thinking about the question, not even doing any research or anything.
They're all
just
wrong.
Off the top of my, they're not wrong. Not by a long shot. Something is wrong with you.
Yeah, okay? First of all, you're talking Martians.
That's right. How about that? How about that? You brought up Mars and Martians.
Well, you got to expand it if you want to find an athlete like Odell.
I
stayed in the solar system. You're lucky.
The solar system. That's what you brought in.
But this is where you're like. This is where you're wrong. It's like there's a difference between athlete and athleticism. There is. You can't run from that. Saquon is athletically more gifted than Odell. Odell's probably a better athlete because Odell can do baseball. He can do football. Obviously, we know soccer, so he has those talents. But athletically,
I didn't even mention he can kick field goals.
J.J. Clowney's better, or Clowney's better. J.J. Watt, more athletically gifted. Those guys are better. You're going to look at Cam Newton. Did you forget about Cam Newton? A
little bit.
How about Zion Williamson? How about Zion? Who are people who have
said... You're naming the competition.
Who are people who have said, I've never seen anything like it. And this is why, when we say gifted, what's the definition of gifted? It means a special talent or ability unlike any other. I will put a name that you mentioned, Tiger Woods. Dustin Johnson, and this is going to not be received well, I don't care. Dustin Johnson is one of the great athletes, one of the special talents, because he can do things that no one else can, Max.
You're bringing up
no one
golfers?
else can.
Come on.
Answer the question.
Bring up golf?
What is gifted? What is gifted? No. Answer the question. What is the definition of
exactly
gifted?
The opposite of the conversation. What you're saying is the best athlete has the most specified skill pitched at the highest level.
He didn't say that. He said gifted. He didn't say
but
best.
Gifted means that it's broadly gifted. You're saying, let's look at
gifted means that Odell can do things that he's never had a teammate be able to do. And so what I'm saying is Dustin Johnson is an athlete that can do things that no other people can.
Would you say that being the greatest athlete means the one person who has a specific skill that they can do one specific skill better than anyone else, or the one who has the broadest array of skills pitched at a high level? That's Odell.
I'd say both of them. I'd say both of them, but you still have to do something that no one else can. Odell's a ridiculously gifted athlete. I'm not debating that.
Okay, time out. So Max has contended it is Odell Beckham Jr. Dan, quite controversially, said it might be Dustin Johnson.
I threw his name into it, in the hat.
All right. And Stephen, now you say it is what?
I'm saying it's LeBron. It's
Used
Russell
to be LeBron.
Westbrook. It's Steph Curry. Excuse me.
Zion, Cam.
Well, I ain't even go there. I don't have to go there. I can stay right there.
Look,
I can stay right there.
You think those guys could do as many different things athletically as Odell Beckham Jr.?
I think we've seen them do it. And, Max, this is why your argument falls on deaf ears, and you don't even need to be listened to anymore on this subject, because you religiously speak to the freakish nature of basketball players all the time. You talk about what basketball allows you to showcase and how some of the greatest athletes we've ever seen in our life are on the basketball court, and you just marvel at them. But you ignore all of that because you went and watched Odell Beckham Jr. at batting practice?
Okay, hold on.
Are you kidding me?
Excuse me.
Football, please.
Certain positions in football are equivalent to the level of athletic ability in the NBA?
Maybe not supersede it.
May I? Your argument has not fallen on complete deaf ears.
Oh, interesting.
Yes. In fact, I think Max is right that basketball generally, if you're going to a bucket to find the best athlete on the planet, you should probably start with the basketball bucket. But I accept your premise. I accept the idea that we have to win some unknown athletic challenge. Who is the most versatile? And when they say gifted, I think they also mean, just from birth came out with ability to do whatever it is you asked of them. I have seen. Hold on. Westbrook's a good answer.
Right.
LeBron's a good answer.
Right.
I truly have seen Odell do it in soccer, in baseball, in football. I think Odell is somewhat a proven commodity, and let's nominate Odell to take on the
you know what?
Martian.
You want to live.
Two things.
I like the earth as it is. I don't want it blown up.
Two things. First,
Odell.
Two things. First of all, if you're going to bring up soccer, damn it, I'm surprised you didn't mention David Beckham from years ago. I mean, if that's the way we want to go, I wasn't thinking about that.
I don't know what he can do with his hands.
But secondly, and more importantly, I think it's important that America knows I don't care that you agree with Max, not even a little bit. So let's not act like you're judge and jury. You're the moderator, okay? Don't think that you're the judge, jury, and executioner. Let's be very clear about that.
He's self-aware. He's self-aware about how good his argument
He brought up Mars. He brought up Mars.
I've seen Tony Romo. I've seen Tony Romo.
By the way, Romo's a great call. Romo and Mahomes are both great calls because Romo apparently can play basketball.
Right.
Apparently.
And that is gifted athlete.
No doubt, but Odell can do that and run fast and jump high, too. And by the way, he plays a full contact sport where he's also having to demonstrate toughness. Like, I'm sorry, you're not going to find out.
If we ask him this question next week, Dan, if we asked him this question next week, first of all, you'd have a different damn answer. And secondly, you'd probably bring up a different planet. I don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear. Don't give me that nonsense. Please. And you, of all people, Mr. Logic, Mr. Pragmatist, you're going to sit up there. This man brought up Mars and the solar system and everything else. And you set up this. I see there's some credence to your argument. Oh, what's wrong with you? Y'all got to be crazy. Y'all got to be crazy. Y'all played.
You guys got dressed today.
And then you saw him in batting practice. Really?
I see guys do that all the time. Baker Mayfield did that last week.
What's wrong with y'all?
I think Odell's real competition is Zark from Star System 17 Alpha Prime or something. That's his actual. None of these Earthlings can mess with him.
All right, that's no problem. I can't fight with that. I can't. I'm surprised you didn't bring up Captain Kirk and Scotty for crying out loud. What's next with you?
Okay,
please.
So
Captain Marvel versus Odell.
You're not just knocking down Mac's argument. Your argument is I nominate Stephen A. Smith nominates LeBron, nominates Russell Westbrook. Pick one. Who do you nominate?
LeBron.
By the way,
LeBron, no problem.
That's who I think Odell's replaced. I think LeBron's a little past it, and Odell has replaced him as the best athlete on earth.
Same Odell that you maligned for dropping passes after being on a boat in Miami. That same guy. I'm just saying that same guy.
By the way, Stephen, I'm not saying he might not choke in the competition. I'm just saying he has the best chance.
That same guy. All right. Okay.
Thank you for being here. If for nothing else, the Dustin Johnson reference.
Can do things no one else can.
All right.
It's a gifted talent.
It's gifted.
Check the definition.
You, sir, you're gifted. All right. Coming up after the break, Kobe Bryant doesn't think Michael Jordan is the GOAT. Find out who he thinks is.
Mars.
And someone at the desk thinks Mike Tomlin's been giving Ben Roethlisberger a pass. Find out who later in the show.
South Bronx opening day.
A lot of kids could cut school today. Here to preview the second opening day of the MLB season is Jessica Mendoza. All right, Jessica, how are you?
It's like a national holiday. Are you kidding me? I mean, I'm out here in Seattle and people are just screaming on the streets. It's exciting. It's opening day. Come on.
It is exciting, and the Red Sox are looking to be back-to-back World Series champions, but at the same time, Vegas has the Yankees as World Series favorites. Which way do you think? Which way is this right? Does Vegas have it right?
Oh, just because of the guys you're sitting next to, I'm going all Red Sox. and the reason is, and I believe this every year, you are the best team in the entire league when you win the year before. And until the season gets going and until you really see what this team is made of, unless the team has blown up and you lose a lot of dudes. But when you look at the Red Sox, I mean, who did they lose? They lost Craig Kimbrell, they lost Joe Kelly, Drew Pomeranz, that's it, right? Ian Kinsler, who they had for a little bit, but I mean, they're big dogs, they're main players, and you know that Dave Dombrowski is going to go out and get some more bullpen arms, which I see as the only weakness. They are the best team in baseball. It's opening day, you can say that.
Jessica, the last couple of years, the Yankees have flirted with it, came closer the year before last, of course. But I think what Vegas is looking at, the Yankees picked up some athletic defenders up the middle. Voit, I think people believe, is the real deal, a real bat. Giancarlo Stanton, first year in the Bronx, sometimes an adjustment period. Paxton, they picked up some starting pitching. So the Yankees, who are close, seem on paper to have gotten better, and they didn't have that far to go.
Yeah, and honestly, they have the best bullpen in all of baseball. And they have for some time, but they added, I think the biggest guy that they got is Adam Ottavino. And I'm a huge believer in James Paxton and a lot of the guys that you mentioned, but Adam Ottavino, I mean, he's a guy that was out west with the Rockies. No one really knows what this guy can do, but it's the fact that he comes in with this 6 slider that is adding to a bullpen that I already felt like was the best last year in baseball. And now you got Chapman, you got Chad Green, you got, Dylan Betances when he's healthy. You have so many guys in Ottavino, Zach Britton, to where I don't think the pressure on the starting pitching is going to be as strong. So much talk of Luis Severino not being healthy to start the season. I don't think it's going to matter as much, yes, because they got Paxton, but their starting pitchers only need to go 4 or 5 innings because of all the dudes they have in the back end.
I can understand that, and that's why you just made a good case to go with the Yankees, which is why I'm not going to take you picking the Red Sox too seriously, Jessica. Here's my question to you, though. I'm kind of wondering, we're talking about the Yankees, because it's Max and myself, native New Yorkers. Boston can't be ignored because they're the reigning champions. But there was a champion from 2 seasons ago who, by the way, won 103 games last year in the Houston Astros. How come we're not talking enough about them, especially since Altuve is expected to be healthy, obviously, now, and we know what he's going to do, and we know what they have as a team. Why are we not talking about the Houston Astros?
Send them back to the NL, please. Send them back to the National League.
I think if you look at the Astros, yes. That's what's crazy right now in the American League. And honestly, we're not even talking about the NL East, which I feel like is the best division in baseball right now. But the Astros are a team, they were unmatched. I felt like the Red Sox outmatched them flat out. They could not compete on the same level with the Red Sox. Are they a great team? Yes. Did they win 100 games? Yes. Are they the 3rd best team in baseball? Yes. They're really good, but they are not better to me than the New York Yankees and the Boston Red Sox.
Jessica, let me transition to the National League East because I'm still trying to understand why you think that's the best division, because it's going to be so competitive, because I certainly don't think